There was a time in my life I thought I'd have to do it all for myself. Didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. Didn't know the love of God wasn't her. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you've gotta let it go. Let it all go. And this is what you have to say. Woo! I really stand up and I let go. I feel the Spirit in my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for love. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for love. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No, 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 no more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Thank you, guys. That was great. So each of you did receive your invitation from God today? Yeah? And many of you made it here in person, and many of you made it via live stream. We have generally, so you know, how many views do you think we get per week? Yeah. Well, we know we have people that come in throughout the week that may not be here during the service, and we welcome them as they show up during the week. It's a wonderful thing, and we welcome you if you're on live right now. We thank you for being here. It's a great way to start a Sunday morning. And welcome to you guys. You know, I just love this space. It's really, really neat to be in this space. It's a very spiritual place, and what we do here is we celebrate the oneness that is life. And we do it in so many different ways, and we have so many different ways of talking about it, but we actually believe and know deep in our hearts that God simply loves us so much that God became us. And so that creates a oneness, a non-duality, which is absolutely a beautiful thing to behold. And it's an ancient tradition as well. We are not the first in unity to think about this non-duality aspect, this oneness aspect, this unity aspect. We're not the first. But we do it and we practice it here in the 21st century, which makes us a little bit unique. But we just love the idea that we can do it. And please join me in this saying that I have that really, really pounds in, sets forth this idea of oneness. So there's only one thing. It may look like more than one thing. It may feel like more than one thing. But it's only one thing. Expressing is you. Expressing is me. And everything we see. Ah, yes. It's a beautiful expression of this oneness. We also have a unity blessing I'd like you to join me in. We love you. We bless you. We appreciate you just the way you are and who and what you are becoming. You know, that's kind of an addition for our time of experiencing Lent. You know, understanding that we're moving to that space where we actually recognize the transformation. Although it can happen anytime. It could happen this morning probably when you woke up, Larry. You know, the transformation occurred. A new day, a new man, a new idea. Yeah? I mean, it's good to have new ideas. Larry, if you don't know, is a fantastic writer. He does musicals and plays as well as songs and spends his time creating. And I really appreciate that, Larry. Thank you so much for doing that. Yeah, so... You know, we celebrate these things. We celebrate your talents, and we love to have your talents expressed here at Unity of Pasadena. However you do it, you know, just let us know what you do, and we can use your talents. We can enjoy your talents. We can fall in love with your talents just like you have. So thank you for being here. We also have a statement of faith. I'd like you to join me in this statement of faith. There's only one presence and one power active in my life and in the universe, God the good omnipotence, and I am one with that presence and power. While we have that in mind, being one with that presence and power, that power behind all things, let's join together in an opening prayer. A nice deep breath, please. And release it. Just relax into your seats as you release it. Let's do one more. We found that sweet spot where our hearts are open, where our minds are open, where we're feeling the love of God, as well as the love of our friends, our neighbors, our beautiful family. We feel the love of life itself as it just washes through us. Sometimes we call that grace, that life loving us. We can feel that. We revel in it, for that's the presence of God. We recognize the presence of God right here, right now, in this very space. And when we do so, we bring about a higher consciousness. We reach a higher altitude. We step up into a new space where we recognize that we're dancing with the beloved. And so we do that today here at Unity of Pasadena, and we do it together. We're so grateful to be here. We're so grateful to have the things that we have and the people and the service that's given. We have people that greet you at the door. We're so grateful. We have people that do all of the hard work around here. There's the board of trustees. There are prayer chaplains that hold the light for us. We have musicians that are so talented, and they just bring the light from the inside out. We're so grateful for all of them, and we're grateful for each of you as you come here and are of service, just bringing your goodness, your presence, your atmosphere. We love it. So grateful. I release these words into the law of mind, knowing that they're done, for today is perfect. And join me, please. And so it is. Amen. All right. Well, as usual, more people than when I close my eyes. You know, I mean, of course, that's my inner prayer. You know, as I close my eyes, I go, more, more, more. Then I open them up, and there you are. So inside here are questions, you guys. And there's a pencil, and there are empty sheets as well. I want you to fill those out so we can get some more questions in here. But we do have a couple. And I'm going to pull this one out here. This one's kind of a new one. It just arrived today. It is, but it's attractive. It has a check mark on it, which of course draws my attention. You know, I mean, if it had some glitter on it, then maybe I'd have been quicker. But here we go. Oh, there's a little writing on the outside too. Ancient wisdom question. Those are two things I'm not so sure I can handle. I'm not very ancient, or maybe I am. I mean, and the wisdom part, who knows, you know? We'll see. But it's typed. Now that's a good thing. In India, the Upanishads, which is the spiritual writings at the core of Hinduism, teach that your true self is divine. You are not separate from the universe. Suffering comes from ignorance from this truth, and awakening comes through inner realization. Many of these principles are expressed by Plato, Rumi, and Jesus. What is your opinion? Well, if you're asking for my opinion as to whether or not these principles are expressed by Plato, Rumi, and Jesus, the answer to that is absolutely. Absolutely. But I think that the question is going deeper than that. I think the question is asking for something more. And I really like this question because, as you know, my mother was Hindu. And so I know a little bit about this. And interestingly enough, I have come to the conclusion, because of what I know about Hinduism and the Upanishads, which, by the way, did not start off as writings. It was part of an oral tradition, a Sanskrit oral tradition that was finally put into writing form at some point in time. We think it was somewhere between 400 and 800 BC. Very ancient writings, very magnificent stuff that is all about non-duality. There's Atman, which is the true self. There's Brahman, which is the ultimate reality. It's the reality of all things. So your true self and the reality of all things are not separate. Brahma and Atman are one. And that's the trick, you see. That's where the oneness comes from. That's where this idea of non-duality comes from. You and all that is, the ultimate reality, are not separate. You are one. Ancient writings talking about things that we spent most of our lives trying to find out, because we've lost this idea of non-duality. We've lost this idea of oneness. We've lost this idea of unity. Somehow, as we become more technologically able, we seem to think that everything's out here and not in here. And that connection that we have when we recognize this oneness is missing. But I'm going to go one step further than this question. I'm going to say that not only Jesus, Rumi, and Plato believed that, but so did Charles Fillmore. And I look at the unity itself and Charles Fillmore's life history, and I often say, that guy's a Hindu. Man, there's no doubt in my mind that he's Hindu. I mean, he proposed early on that nobody in the unity movement eat meat. I mean, he proposed a lot of things that show up in India's great traditions. And meditation. Oh, he would meditate 2, 3, 4 hours a day. He'd slip into meditation for long periods of time. That's a big deal in Hinduism. It's a big deal. Lots of meditation time. He had a lot of personal habits of his, not just the eating, but the other aspects of how he was maintaining the power within him and staying healthy and living a long, successful life that Hindus use. So the Upanishads, great writings, outstanding question, deep and mystical oneness, and most certainly ancient. But we bring the ancient forward and we find out some of the answers to our new mysteries in life, We're going to talk a little bit about that today. I'm really glad that this question was asked because, I'm talking about our from brokenness to belovedness. From that realization, that understanding that you are one with the all that is, you could not possibly be broken. You've got to be beloved. So with that, how'd I do?
3 minutes, 42 seconds.
Ooh. You know what I think, though? I think the last 42 seconds were my best. So we'll keep those. How about that? Okay. Thank you, whoever asked that question. Thank you very much for it. So we're going to do a song. What do you say we do that? Allison, come on up. We are blessed with Allison today and Mitch, and what they bring as a team is really awesome.
Thank you. We are blessed to be here with you.
Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life you were only waiting for this moment to arrive. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these sunken eyes and learn to see. All your life you were only waiting for this moment to be free. Oh, blackbird fly. Blackbird fly into the light of a dark black night. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Come on and take these broken wings and learn, just learn to fly. Don't you know that all your life you were only waiting for this moment to be free? Oh, blackbird fly. Blackbird fly into the light of a dark black night. Ooh, you're only waiting. Oh, you're only waiting. Oh, go on and
That was beautiful. Thank you so much. And it so goes with today's daily word. Sunday, March 22nd, 2026. Wholeness. Wholeness is the unshakable, eternal truth of me. It is comforting to remember no matter what may happen to me in the world, I am always whole. Even during times of illness or insufficiency, my true nature is of divine wholeness. Worldly situations will always be in a state of flux, changing and shifting in ways I cannot control. I do what I can to tend to my health and other material needs, but I do not worry over things I cannot control. Instead, I rely upon my prayer life and other spiritual practices to claim my wholeness. This is the enduring truth of who I am, whole and complete, regardless of any outside circumstance or appearance. How liberating it is to know that I am secure in God and complete at all times, spiritually perfect and infinitely blessed. This is from Colossians chapter 2, verse 9 and 10. For in him the whole fullness of deity dwells bodily, and you have come to fullness in him, who is the head of every ruler and authority. And so it is. Amen.
So this is the meditation portion of the service. And the prayer chaplains had this weekend, Friday night and Saturday, a beautiful prayer chaplain training, annual training in Unity of Tustin with their 22 other prayer chaplains as well. It was a wonderful, very rich weekend. And in the training manual, they have mentioned this woman, Rachel Naomi Raymond, and they recommended some of her meditations and words of wisdom. And so I looked her up. I actually have one of her books, and but now she's become a highlight in my life. So I'd like to share a meditation that she did on YouTube. Excuse me. She was a pediatrician who actually gained her fame as an author and a teacher, but she really did bring out the alternative medicine and the way medicines and how doctors and patients communicated with one another. And she softened the language and made it more humane, because she was told at a young age that she would probably be dead by the age of 40, and it was just boom, that was it. And so she's now 88. So she's made a huge difference in the medical field and has changed the way doctors and nurses speak to their patients, and not just make it only about medicine and just facts. She really humanized it. So here's one of her beautiful meditations. If you just sit back for a moment, and if you're comfortable, sit back and put your hands on your lap or anywhere, and uncross your legs, and just enjoy these words and follow along. Remembering ourselves through breathing. Put down whatever you're holding and take a moment and begin to follow your breath. Just notice your breath coming and going. Just notice that. Put your attention on your breath. And let yourself notice the wisdom of the breath. We let go of whatever it is that is old and used up and no longer supports your lives. Notice how you let go. how easily you can let go of whatever is old and used up and no longer supports your life. Notice that out breath, how easily you breathe out. And then we take what is new and fresh and life-affirming and notice that too. Letting go of the old that no longer supports you, that no longer supports life. Taking on the new, the fresh, the life-affirming. I mean, how wise is that? And you've been doing this since the moment you were born. You do this 12 times a minute without noticing. 12 breaths a minute. And now see if you can put your attention at the very end of your out breath. It's a little nanosecond, a little moment of stillness and silence and peace and rest. It doesn't last very long, but it is exceptionally deep. See if you can notice the little silence, the little stillness at the end of your exhale. That silence that's at the center of your being, you come home to yourself. You come home to yourself 12 times a minute without noticing. And be there in that little moment as deeply as you can. Surrender into it every time you arrive there. This takes practice, but just start now. And as we remember that moment after every exhale, let's go into the silence, doing that for about 2 minutes. Anytime you need to remember yourself and take refuge in yourself, in the silence, which is always with you. You don't have to remember anything. It's there. You just have to go home to it. Your breath, 12 breaths a minute. You're coming home to a place of refuge in yourself. So bring yourself back to the sanctuary. When you're ready, you can open your eyes, wiggle your fingers a little bit, move your shoulders just a tad, and let's say the prayer of St. Francis. God, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there's hatred, let me sow love. Where there's injury, pardon. Where there's doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. O divine presence, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive. It is in pardoning that we are pardoned, and it is through grace that we are given eternal life. And so it is. Amen.
May I suggest to you, may I suggest this is the best part of your life. May I suggest this time is blessed for you. This time is blessed and shining, oh so blinding bright. Just turn your head and you'll begin to see the 1,000 reasons that were just beyond your sight. The reasons why I suggest to you, why I suggest this is the best part of your life. There is a world that's been addressed to you, intended only for your eyes. A secret world, like a treasure chest for you, of private scenes and brilliant dreams that mesmerize. A tender lover's smile, a tiny baby's hands, the million stars that fill the turning sky at night. And I suggest, yes, I suggest to you, yes, I suggest this is the best part of your life. There is a hope that's been expressed in you, the hope of 7 generations, maybe more. And this is the faith that they invest in you. It's that you'll do one better than was done before. Inside you know, inside you understand, inside you know it's yours to finally set right. And I suggest suggest to you, yes, I suggest this is the best part of your life. This is a song, comes from the west to you, comes from the west, comes from the slowly setting sun. This is a song with a request of you to see how very short the endless days will run. And when they're and when the dark descends, we'd give anything for one more hour of light. And I suggest this is the best part of your life.
There's a tone in your voice that's like no other. I'm serious. You have a tone in your voice that it can become penetrating, and once it's penetrated, it softens inside of you. It's so unique. What a beautiful, beautiful instrument. Yeah, well, here at Unity of Pasadena, we only have the best, huh? Thank you, Mitch. You are like you are the maestro. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, Helen talked a little bit about prayer chaplains having a dynamic weekend. And prayer chaplains, raise your hands. Raise your hand. All right, so now I'm going to ask prayer chaplains to come on up here. Come on, step up to the stage and kind of start here, all the way up. Start up here with me. And then I'm going to step down and I'm going to address you guys. The prayer chaplains are required to attend to the needs of others, and each year they're required to receive some further training around how it is that might need to be done. It brings them to a place where they find a depth of spirituality, a new depth of spirituality. And I think they level up a little bit more every single time they go through a training like this. And I'm proud of them for stepping into training as a prayer chaplain initially, but also maintaining your prayer chaplaincy. It's a wonderful thing to bring to this church. They serve you guys 24 hours a day in prayer. They hold the light for each and every one of us. They practice this connection with Source to make certain that their skills as people who bring the light are sharpened, and that you're attentive and you're aware. And I just love that. So I was very happy yesterday when I got the call. Was it yesterday? Yeah. When I got the call to open Saturday's session down at Unity of Tustin with a welcome, with a blessing, and with a prayer. And so I did that. And I enjoyed seeing you guys. I was on Zoom and they were in person. And it's a beautiful sanctuary, and there were lots of people there, and it was just a tremendous moment for me, and hopefully it was good for them too. But I want I want you guys to feel what it is that they felt in that sanctuary yesterday. So this is what I said to them, all of them. This will tell you a little bit about what being a prayer chaplain is. This will tell you a little bit as well about what it is a person needs to key on and understand when they pray for others. So I said to them, and I'm going to say to you again today and in front of all of you, today I'm turning my heart toward those who pray, those who hold others in sacred thought, those who lift burdens that they cannot see, and offer love where they may never go. You are the quiet guardians of the human spirit, each of you, sitting in stillness, speaking the language of the soul on behalf of others. You may never be known, never thanked, never seen, yet your work is holy. You stand in the unseen space between suffering and healing, between fear and faith, between what is and what will soon be. To pray for another is to say, I believe in your wholeness, even when you cannot. I see light in you, even in the darkest hour. I hold you in love until you can hold yourself again. And so I offer you this blessing. May you be strengthened in your service. May your heart be renewed again and again. May you feel the presence of the divine moving through you. May you know that your prayers matter, that no loving thought is ever lost, no compassionate intention is ever wasted. May you trust the power that flows through you. May you rest in the knowing that you are Spirit's vessel, filled as you give and upheld as you uplift others. And so sinking into prayer, divine presence in, around, and through all that is, we give thanks for those who serve through prayer, for the quiet hearts who hold others in compassion, for the faithful souls who stand in love on behalf of those in need. Bless them in their sacred work. Renew their spirit as they give so freely. Fill them with peace, strength, and deep assurance that their prayers are heard and are healing. May they feel your presence moving through them, guiding every thought, every word, every intention. And may they be uplifted as they uplift the world. And so it is. Amen. So, along with that, today, I get to ask them some questions so that we know that this is what they still want to do. Come on up. I didn't see you hiding back there. Do you want to go this way or? Yeah, okay. So in the book Healing Letters, Myrtle Fillmore wrote, as you learn to see the fullness of God's life and love and power and substance in others, you will know that you need not pour out your own for them. You will have the knowledge and the light to call their attention to what they have and to prompt them to use it. What that means is that they already have everything they need in order to be perfect, whole, and complete, in order to create a healing, in order to have that moment, that healing ability. They already have everything that they need, and you're the reminder of that. You set before them and remind them of their perfection, of their wholeness, of their divine nature, their character as healers themselves, for they have it in them. That power and substance that they have to heal is well within them, and you awaken it. So are each of you willing to accept the commitment and dedication that it takes to awaken that power in people, the healing nature that they hold and behold within themselves? Are you willing to remember to open space for God no matter what? Are you willing to do your best to stay prayed up? Are you willing to support other members of the prayer chaplain team? And are you willing to practice the self-care necessary for you to be right in these moments? Ah, fantastic. So, in recognition of who you are and what you do, you will be receiving a certificate. Not today, but you will be receiving a certificate and our undying gratitude for the work that you do. Thank you very, very much for doing what it is that you do. Let's give them a big hand. So I really think that Myrtle Fillmore's quote was instructive. I mean, that power resides within you. And I'm not just talking about the prayer chaplains. I'm not just talking about the people that Myrtle Fillmore was working with. I'm talking about you. I'm talking about you right here, right now. There's a power that resides within you that prompted Jesus to say, it is the Father within that doeth the work. The Father within that doeth the work. Father within you that doeth the work. Now that's just a word that was used to bring people to the understanding that there's a power within them that is healing and creative and able and willing in and of itself. But that doesn't mean that you have to call it Father. I mean, you just recognize it in any way that you so desire. You could call it the power within. That power within me is the healing power. That willingness within me is what is necessary. That intention that I have to be whole and healthy and complete and recognize it within myself. That is the Father within. Does that make sense to you? That's the Father within. So, you know, when we sort of bring this word Father to the table when talking about these kinds of things, we sort of make this power small. We really do. It's much bigger than that. It's much, much bigger than that. It's expansive. And it's not just within, it's without as well. It's not just here, it's everywhere. And you are it. You are. And I really love that question today, that 3-minute question that we had, you know, where you recognize now, you know, through some of the things that we've just said right here, that you as Atman, you know, your true self, are one with divine reality, with the truth of everything that is. Now, you are one with that. And that's exactly what we understand and know as prayer chaplains, as ministers, as congregants here at Unity of Pasadena. We know that there's a oneness there. And in that knowing, we have to recognize that we're not broken. We have to recognize that. I mean, otherwise, what are you saying? Well, you know, God's broken. And so we have to wait for the parts. You know? It's going to take a couple of weeks. 2 weeks from everywhere, you know. It's a geographical oddity. If you ever watched Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, you know that I'm speaking Oh Brother, Where Art Thou right now, you know. So, God's not broken. God is infinite, omniscient, always present, always operative, always powerful. And that is you. That power is within you, not broken, but perfect. Now, you know what that makes you? That makes you the beloved. That makes you the beloved. And to think anything else is contrary to, you know, a rational thought process. But we have for centuries, from time immemorial, from religious traditions, believed that we're broken. We've been told we're broken. We've been told we're sinful. We've been told that we're beyond repair. We even have stories in the Bible like, the Noah and the flood, where, the entire population is destroyed because they're not fixable. I mean, that's a story of intense brokenness. I got to start over, says God. That's a story of being beyond salvation. And that's an ancient story that is not the truth of who we are. The truth of who we are is why Jesus came. He reimagined our identity. He did. And that's why I call this talk Jesus reimagined our identity, from brokenness to belongingness to belovedness. I'm not sure belovedness is actually a word, but I used it anyway. I mean, you just add a couple of suffixes to it, and it's fine. That's what you can do. But you are beloved. You are the beloved. That's not broken. So this journey that we're on here during Lent is to take that leap, to step into what Jesus reimagined for us, that our identity is not broken, but we're revealing what has been true each and every day. You're not broken at your core, you're beloved at your core. Jesus said brokenness is the story. You are not that, in essence, as he healed throughout the community, as he asked his disciples, and in doing so, everyone, to do these things, for ye shall do greater things as well. What an amazing story. What an amazing portrayal of the reimagining of life itself, of who we are and how it is that we are to live it. And so it's during this time of Lent that we bring that to our minds and inside of our hearts, so that we can use Jesus as the great example rather than the great exception. For we're called to be that. These things ye shall do, and greater. For there is no limit. There are no caps on the things that we can do. If we can imagine it, we can do it. If we know it, we can move toward it. We can have it. We can be it. So today, we're going to be doing an annual meeting, which is not just to give you facts and figures, but to let you know that even as a community, we're moving toward our greater yet to be. We're moving into the newness that each of us individually are moving into. But we're doing that as a group. We're becoming more than we ever have before. We're going to talk about that. So I hope that each of you are here for that annual meeting. And if you're not an actual member of this church, you're still invited. You just can't vote. But you're still invited to be with us and to share the moments that we're going to share with people that are going to be talking about what it is that we're doing here at Unity of Pasadena. So this annual meeting will happen directly after our hospitality, so please stick around for hospitality and then come on in for the annual meeting. So we are not broken, folks. We are the beloved. There is belonging with one another. Now, doesn't that just open up your capacity to understand what this life has to bring? Doesn't it just open you up to know that you're part of something much bigger than you may have even thought? I don't know about you, but it opens me up. It truly opens me up. What I'd like to do is to solidify that in you, and to do that by asking you to just sink into your seats and close your eyes, take a deep breath in, and release it. And let the truth settle into your breath, and do it again. Breathe into your body, into every place that you may previously have thought to be unworthy. If there is a place within you that feels hidden, ashamed, or rejected, Gently bring it into this light. And hear this in whatever way impacts you most. This too is loved. Nothing in you is outside the reach of this love. Nothing in you disqualifies you from belonging here. Rest in that for a moment. And now imagine this belovedness not as something you must hold on to, but as something that holds you in your darkest hours, in that light of love. It's always been there. It always will be there. So start to relax into this knowing while opening your eyes and coming back to this moment. This is your identity. This is who you truly are. There's a saying I like to use, which is namaste. And what that means is the God in me beholds the God in you. And that is a non-dual statement. The God in me, that singular source, that power, that omniscient, omnipresent, omnipotent power in me beholds that same power in you, for I am you. Namaste. So we got Millie Ann. She's our usheress today. And she is well practiced and awesome at this. You know, every time you are the usher, I learn something new about ushering. Yeah. And I appreciate the way you do it and the heart that you have when you greet us as we walk in and hand us programs so that I know what to do. Yeah, I appreciate that very, very much. So we're going to talk about the people who are online today. But before I do that, I want to talk about some news that I received Jackie and I received on Wednesday. We received news on Wednesday morning. And it was regarding Marty Arnold. And Marty Arnold passed away Wednesday morning. You know, anytime it happens that a beloved member of our community passes, it just tears my heart out, and I know it does yours as well. And remembrance is necessary. You know, taking yourself back to those beautiful moments when she was that creative wizard, you know, behind the scenes, creating a play for each and every one of us, creating exciting moments, to every single time she got up at the microphone and just showed us who she was, who she is. And see, I don't believe in dead. I just think we just change form and transform. So I say things like who she is. And I hope you know what I'm talking about, because she's still around. She's a part of all that is. And an inexorably beautiful part of all that is. She loved you guys. Man, she still does. So hold her family in your hearts. And I'll let you know when the memorial service is going to be, and I'm sure all of you will love to be there. And on another note, you know, the 28th of this month is going to be Carol Weike's memorial service right here at 11 a.m., 11 in the morning. So there's a space for you here for that too. And we can talk about that later. So I appreciate you guys very, very much. I appreciate you. And the note that you sent that has the names of the people who are on our live stream. Welcome, you guys. We got Basha on. Yeah, hey, Basha. We got Virginia on. Hey, Bobby. Bobby's on. Audrey, so glad knowing you're there. It's fantastic to have Colleen on, too, from Illinois. Colleen is a prayer chaplain as well with us. And Colleen, everything that I said, right back to you. Jackie's giving you that heart. We love you. We got Charlene in Tennessee. Yes. And we have Mike O'Brien. And Mike, of course, is Carol Weike's son. Yeah, Mike, so glad you're here. And we got Trish on. Yay, Trish. And all those people who will be on, we recognize you too. We feel you in our hearts. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do our community giving, where we honor what it is we are here at Unity of Pasadena and how it is we serve not only one another but the community. And so we recognize and know that we are that integrity that we call ourselves to be each and every time we not only show up here, but we take a breath early in the morning. We are that. We are who we say we are. So we believe that this space is a space of overflowing supply because we are connected with that power, that resource, which allows us to just be who we need to be. So we do our community giving, and we say this together. God is the source of my overflowing supply, and I am grateful. All right, time for another song. I love that.
So this, in the subject of Reimagine, is a song by my friend who happens to be here with his mother, Barbara. This is Jason Luckett. Can you say hi? This is Mom Barbara. And it was just perfect for today. So I hope you enjoy. And Jason, I hope I don't screw it up. I said, come. Wait, maybe you don't come. Come. And there's a sing-along portion, so get your voices ready. You can do a little humming while I start off, okay? Reimagine where you stand. Reimagine your next plan. Reimagine all you've learned. Reimagine your concerns. Reimagine and begin. Reimagine now is when we were only dreamers while our heroes sang. So let's make a change and let's find a new way. Reimagine where you're strong. Reimagine right from wrong. Reimagine what is just. Reimagine whom you trust. Reimagine and begin. Reimagine now is when we were only hearers while our heroes sang. So let's make a change and let's find a new way. All right, there is one word I want you to sing. The word is love. Are you ready? We're going to do it a couple of times, now and later. Here we go. Love, I know you can dream about it. Love, no one can live without it. What we would do, everything changed. Reimagine and begin. It's another sing-along part. Reimagine now is when. I want you to sing these lyrics after me. Here I go. Reimagine and begin, or sing along. Now do it again. Reimagine and begin. Reimagine and begin. Reimagine now is when. Reimagine now is when. Again. Reimagine. And begin. Reimagine now is when. Reimagine now is when. We're going to lock this in. Reimagine and begin. Are you ready? Reimagine and begin. Reimagine now is when. Reimagine now is when. I want you guys to continue with that. Reimagine and begin. And you guys are going to sing love. Are you ready? Yep. Now is when. Here we go. 3, 4. Love.
Reimagine and begin.
Any note you want to sing. Love. Love. Keep it going. Love.
And begin.
Love.
Now is when.
Good. You want to switch sides? Keep going. All right. Jason's going to lead this side. Imagine and begin. Now and when? Wait. Reimagine now is when. Reimagine and begin. Reimagine now is when. Begin. Imagine now begin. Here we go. Love. Reimagine now is when. Again. Just voices. Love. Keep going. Just voices. Love. Keep going. Love. 2, 3, 4. Love. One more time. Here we go. Conductor, I am not. Jason, let's give it up for Jason Luckett, composer, and Mitch.
Well, all I can say is we need more, Jason.
More.
Millyanne, you did it. Once again, you did it. That was beautiful. And you guys were great too, by the way. I mean, I heard the several different, part harmonies. I mean, it was great stuff. When she said, pick any note you want, you were great. Fantastic. So here's what we do. We promise to use these tithes and treasures with integrity to bring about the greater yet to be of unity of Pasadena, as well as the greater yet to be of our surrounding community and the world itself, bringing a consciousness of love. We reimagine and we begin. We reimagine that now is when. Our greater yet to be is when we do that. And we see ourselves as the moving power behind everything real, everything beautiful, and everything true. With this, in great gratitude in our hearts, we release it into the law of mind, knowing that all this is already done. Please join me by saying, and so it is, amen. Thank you, Millyanne. All right, come on up, Barbara. Barbara is our president. She's the president of our board of trustees. Yes, she's amazing.
Okay, well, Reverend Greg and Allison and Rich, thank you for helping us to reimagine our identities. And let's do that where we change the first word of our vision and our mission to the word for the day, which is reimagining. So let's start with the vision. Reimagining a world powerfully transformed through the growing movement of shared spiritual awakening. And our mission? Reimagining lives by living and sharing our inner truth of divine wisdom, compassion, and love using practical spiritual principles. And with our core values, we are creating community, living love, teaching truth, and serving spirit. And serving us in hospitality today is Team S through Z with some helpers. And I see Claire brought her wonderful deviled eggs. Only take one until everybody's got one, okay? At our annual meeting, we'll have a slight discussion about reviewing hospitality. But in the meantime, also at hospitality, got a little work for you to do today. There's a number of people who would like to be with us who can't be with us. Among them being Georgette and Trish and Connie and Shirley and Jackie Coulette, who just had a couple of falls and has some cracked ribs. And also the family of Carol Weike and Marty Arnold. We're going to have cards out there, so, that a lot for you to do, in addition to keeping your eye on the clock, because at about 12:45, we're going to want you to start filing in here, unless you just want to spend the whole rest of the day and stay for dinner. But before we get to that, just remember, Tuesday, have some fun with Michelle and friends with her chair stretch class, walking around the parking lot, laughing and dancing and having a good time. So, back to the annual meeting today. So, like I said, starting about 12:40, start migrating over to this long table out here where you'll see Luann and Paul. And I know Luann was already getting some people to sign in. I guess that's a way of making commitment that you're going to stay. But if you're a member, you're also going to need a little paddle, so you're going to have to stop back by and see her for that. Also, the minutes from last year's meeting are on that table. So if you were here last year, we're going to ask you to approve those minutes. You might want to read them before being asked to approve them, so make sure you get your copy and read them before the meeting begins at 1. And also, on the table are some little slips. They're folded, but they're like this. They're just an enlargement of our master contact list with highlights of cells that don't have information. And one of the pieces of information that we have found very valuable is to have an emergency contact, along with a phone number, and at least one of them. And we'd also, if there's anybody whose birthday we missed, you'll see down in the right-hand corner, the birthday box is empty. Now, I confess, I only got them done for members. Next week, I'll try to get all the rest of them done. So don't feel left out, it's just Barbara ran out of time. Okay, so also, outside of the office, there's going to be several sign-up sheets. One is for if you're interested in sacred service, if you want to be on that team that's going to revisit how hospitality works. There's 2 sign-up sheets for the upcoming classes I'll speak about. And also, Reverend Greg mentioned that Carol's service is this Saturday, and the family asked that, if I could put out a list so people who actually plan to be here, they make sure that they've got accommodations. So there'll be a sheet for signing up for that too. And at the annual meeting today, you're going to have a real wonderful surprise. Our own Gay Freeburn, resident astrologer et al., is going to share a fabulous presentation on the class that she just finished taking on integral ministry and bringing it to a community. I think I mentioned last week, Greg and I got to sit in via Zoom on mute and listen to them. Hers was the best. So it's about 15 minutes of our annual meeting, so you'll really enjoy it. Plus, it's really a peek at where we'd like to go And Greg will talk more about it, I'm sure. Okay, also remember today's the last day for our winter food drive, being as we've now entered spring. And, okay, I already mentioned about Carol. Okay, the workshop with Jan. Next Sunday, the 29th. I keep wanting to make it the 31st. Sunday the 29th. Jan Ubersetzik, Care Cornford's mom, Reverend Greg's friend, a religious science practitioner and friend of ours, will facilitate her class that she calls The Power of Gentleness and Honesty. Actually, it's a workshop. She'll ask the question, can I be gentle and honest with myself while navigating the things I trip over that shake me and the landslides that happen in my life that bury me? So again, there's no registration fee, but a suggested love donation of $20, which will all go to the church. And there is a sign-up sheet. And starting April 4th on Saturday, where are you, Jolinda? Right next to Gay. Okay, Jolinda is facilitating a writing workshop. It'll be every Saturday morning from 10 to 11, 12? 11, 10 to 11. So the day before Easter will be the first one. And we've got a sign-up sheet for her group, so just so you have some idea of who to expect. And for now, that's all. I'm going to turn it back over to Reverend Greg.
Okay, so we're going to do the silent unity prayer for protection, and then we're going to sing. What are we going to sing?
I choose love.
I choose love. That's a great song. So please stand for the silent unity prayer for protection, and we will remain standing for I choose love. So please join me. The light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. The presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever I am, God is. I am divine, and all is well.
Peace in my life is growing because I choose love. Love's always present, it's what I'm made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one tie that binds us that can't be undone. I choose love. One raw planet is growing because I choose love. Let love be present, it's what we're made of. I choose love. We are all part of each other. We are one child. I choose love. I choose love. I choose love.